Hey there, it's Graham from the Confident Man Project, and today I want to talk about how to be successful. Well, how the hell should I know how to be successful? If you want to be successful, I suspect you could take tips from somebody who's already really successful. And that's why I'm going to recommend, instead of listening to me, that you read this book by Richard Branson called Losing My Virginity. Basic idea here is that if you want to be successful, or if you want something that someone else has already achieved, then it's a good idea to tap into their mindset and to find out what it is that they're thinking as they go along through their life and doing what they want to do. Now, I've picked Richard Branson because he's a classic example of someone who's very entrepreneurial, who's very successful in business, but also is obviously having a whole lot of fun doing it. He's always traveling around the world and meeting people and hanging out with beautiful women and doing some kind of stunts to promote his business. He's flying in hot air balloons and jumping out aeroplanes and just really living the lifestyle that I reckon a lot of guys would love to be living. He's got his own private island, you know, he's just living the rock star life as a business entrepreneur. So what a really cool thing that would be to do. And if you want to do something similar to that, well, it'd be great to know, well, what does this guy think? Like, what's his journey been? How has he got from where he started, which was like just baby, you know, to where it is that he is now? And fortunately, he's written a book, this autobiography, which tells you exactly that stuff. So successful people often write autobiographies to teach other people what it is that they did, what it was that was special about them, and how they looked at the world in a different way that led them to be the phenomenal success that they are. So I highly recommend that you read this book, Losing My Virginity by Richard Branson. One of the things that I found most interesting in it is a comment that he made very early on, which was that he just really knew deep down that his parents loved him. He always felt loved, and therefore, no matter what he did in life, that he always had that feeling to fall back on, and it set him free to do a whole bunch of crazy, wild stuff and to take a lot of risks. And it's amazing as you read the book, like just how many risks he took and how many times he bet the whole empire on his next business venture and only just managed to scrape through by the skin of his teeth. But he wasn't freaked out because he had this feeling of being loved to fall back on. So it's an incredibly powerful thing. Now, if you don't have that, then that's going to be a bit of a dilemma. So you got to work out how to find that in your life some other way. But I still highly recommend this book because it's just a fascinating read, and he's a pretty compelling writer. It's got a lot of great insights in there, and it's just a lot of fun. And fun is what you want to be having in your life, so it makes sense to read a book by somebody who's out there having fun every single day and is just loving life. It's quite inspiring. So give it a read this week. It's called Losing My Virginity by Richard Branson, and let me know what you think.